Renee, you're going to start with the Slido on Canvas and then go ahead and get logged on to the Read 180 website to start student application, please. We are just now getting started on student application. You guys logged in? You have headphones? No? Did you bring headphones, Kamora? Huh? Oh. Was anybody able to do the assignment yesterday? The context clues worksheet? Okay, so we're gonna go over, I don't know if we'll have time to go over that worksheet specifically, but we will look at context clues. So if you go to today's lesson, or actually if you scroll down on the Canvas page, you guys will actually be using your book since you guys have books today. All right, so if you scroll, you can scroll through this, but you won't be able to write on it. This is just so that you can follow along as we're working, okay? So if you click context clues, page 48, it'll take you to the Google Slides that we'll be using today. It's gonna ask you to make a copy, so make sure you make that copy. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull mine up. You guys can follow along with me on my screen, and then when we get to the activities, you can pull yours back up. All right, so on Tuesday, I think it's the last day I saw you guys, we looked at the prefixes, pre and re. So I'm gonna go over that really quickly to refresh your memory. And then we'll get started. 1 second. So let me know when you guys have the Google Slides pulled up. Ivana, read that first sentence, starting with context is.
Hold on. Wait, where?
You see the tan box on the screen where it says, it's right underneath context clues in red. You're gonna read this first sentence. Context is. You know,
Okay. Okay, I got it. Context is the way a word is used in a sentence. A word my bad. A word's context comes from other words, phrases, and sentences around it. Context clues in a sentence or paragraph can help you determine the meaning of an unknown word or phrase.
Thank you. All right. So yes, that's what we're going to be looking at today, context clues. Like Ivana said, the context comes from the sentence. So there will be words that you read that you might have to read the sentence to figure out, like a multiple meaning word. You have to figure out what the context is. So context clues, you're going to use the words, the phrases. You can use punctuation. There's an example that we'll look at today. That you're going to have to pay attention to punctuation to see the context of that sentence. And you use it to determine unfamiliar words. All right, so let's look at the example that they have here. It says these sentences are from Street Smarts, and they provide clues to the meaning of the word hazard. So that is what we're looking for. Marcus, why don't you read that first sentence? Or why don't you read what's in gold right here, our excerpt right here.
Kids are also show kids how to protect themselves from the hazards
Hazard.
hazard of street life. He teaches them about nutrition
Nutrition.
and how to treat wounds.
Okay. The test also shows kids how to protect themselves from from the hazards of street life. He teaches them about nutrition and how to treat wounds. Okay. So when we are using context clues, there are 4 things that we need to do. First things first is we need to identify the part of speech. Then we have to identify the qualities of the word that we don't know. And then we identify words around the unfamiliar word that might give a clue to its meaning. And then we're going to put the clues together. So we're going to do those steps to try to figure out this bold word hazard. All right. So the first sentence tells that hazards are something kids need to protect themselves from. The second sentence states that KES teaches kids how to treat wounds. So if we were to go through the steps of hazards, we need to identify the part of speech. What part of speech do you think hazards is? Is it a noun, a verb, an adjective, adverb? What do you guys think? Hazards. KES also shows kids how to protect themselves from the hazards of street life. I think it's a noun. What do you guys think? Hazards is a thing. You guys agree? Yes, no, maybe so? All right, so now we need to identify the qualities of the word. So, like I said, the sentence tells us that hazards are something kids need to protect themselves from. So if you have to protect yourself from something, that means it's usually what? A weapon? Weapons are what? Weapons can be what to you? Yes, Ivana, harmful, dangerous, right? So if you have to protect, you usually when you're protecting yourself from getting hurt, from being harmed. You're protecting yourself from something dangerous. You guys agree? So based on the clues, what do you think hazards are? The context clues help me figure out that hazards are what? What did we just say? They're dangers, but specifically what related to what we're talking about? They're dangers to who? They threaten who in this case? Who is KES trying to help? Kids. So the context clues help me figure out that hazards are dangers, because that's what you usually protect yourself from, something dangerous. Dangers that threaten kids, because that's who we're talking about. That's the who. The dangers are threatening the kids what? If they have to protect themselves, if they have to treat wounds, what are we referring to? If a kid is living on the street, they're unsafe, right? So the dangers that threaten the kids' safety, and what else? What else is he trying to help protect? Their health, right? All right, so we have used context clues. This is an example of using the words around it. The phrase to protect themselves and the phrase how to treat wounds are clues that hazards are dangerous, that they're harmful, that they threaten your safety, okay? Now we're gonna move on to identify context clues. We're gonna move on to this activity. It says circle the letter next to the best meaning for the bold-faced word in each sentence. Then write the word or words that provide the context for the meaning you choose. Now, those of you who are using the Google document, when you guys have to circle the multiple choice answer that best fits. So you're going to use this scribble here. So if you go to the line and scroll down the scribble, you're able to make a circle. All right, so let's look at number one. It's already been done for us, so we're going to talk through what they did there. KES has received several types of recognition, including an award and praise from Desmond Tutu. Okay? A, public respect. B, something you know. Or C, disagreement. So the word including in that sentence tells us that an award and praise from Desmond Tutu is an example of recognition. So which multiple choice answer do you guys think is the best meaning for recognition? I keep saying recognition. Recognition, which one? A, B, or C? A? Deasia says A. You guys agree? Okay, so you're gonna make that squiggly scribble and you're gonna circle your answer. And then the phrase that they said helps gives us a clue that that's the right one is an award and praise from Desmond Tutu. So we got that from the sentence, and that helps support that recognition means public respect. All right, you guys are gonna do number 2, and then we'll go over it. A social worker was able to adopt Kes, and he became part of the social worker's family. So you're gonna try to figure out the meaning of adopt. Circle which multiple choice answer you think describes that, and then give me a clue. Number 2. So A, B, or C, Marcus, which one do you think is the best meaning for adopt?
For number 2,
Yes.
give a home to.
Give a home to. So I would circle that one. And then what is the clue that helped you, or what is the clue that provided the context for that meaning that you chose? So what clue in that sentence gave you context that that was the right answer? Did you do the second part of the activity?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think?
You said where I got the thing from?
Yes. What did
like
you
the
write
answer
on?
from?
Yes.
I got it from the paragraph. I mean, yeah, the
Dude,
article.
what's the clue? So you need to tell me what the clue. What part of the sentence provided context that C was the correct answer? Did you have that, Marcus?
Yes.
Okay, then you should have said that. I don't know what was taking you so long to say that if you had the answer. So became part of the social worker's family. That's what you should have written there. All right, the last activity is analyze context clues. Underline the context clues that help you determine the meaning of the word in bold print. So basically we're gonna kind of do it backwards. So Kes teaches homeless children about nutrition and provides them with healthy foods. You guys have to figure out what the meaning of nutrition is, and then you have to underline the clue, context clue in that sentence. All right. You guys are gonna do 3 and 4. All right, so let's look at it. Kes teaches homeless children about nutrition and provides them with healthy foods. Now, does anybody have a meaning that they want to share for nutrition? What is the meaning of nutrition? Or when you hear the word nutrition, what do you think about?
Healthy foods.
Do we see healthy foods in that sentence? Yeah. So that's our context clue. So that's what I'm going to underline, okay? I'm going to underline healthy foods. And now I just have to figure out what the meaning of nutrition is. So when I hear nutrition, I think about healthy foods. Um, Healthy foods are usually good for you, right? So if nutrition is knowing what's good to eat for your health. That's what it is. Did anyone have an idea or close to that idea of that's what nutrition meant? Knowing what is good to eat for your health or for health. All right, and then let's look at number 4. Children who do not go to school might declare, I want to get an education. We have to figure out the meaning of declare, and I want you guys to look at what is a context clue that'll help us determine the meaning of declare. No? All right, so what do we notice about the, I just had a brain fart. Punctuation. What's the punctuation in this sentence? It's an exclamation mark. Usually when you see an exclamation mark, what does that mean, Ivana?
Like excitement or like I don't know, like
Yeah.
mm,
Excitement,
not
strong, huh?
yeah, like I was gonna say like strong feelings or like feelings.
Very good. Strong expression, excitement. All right, so let's start there. Children who do not go to school might declare, I want to get an education. If someone is using an exclamation mark, they're showing strong feeling. They may be yelling, they may be talking loudly. Okay, so you guys have to use what you already know about things to help make connections. Okay, so based off our exclamation mark and the quotations, they're saying this. What can we, what will be the meaning of declare? So I'm going to underline the quote because that's what they're saying. And I'm going to underline the exclamation mark. So what would be the meaning of declare? They're talking in strong expression. So is their voice level going to be the same as a statement? How would you describe them saying this? How can you picture someone saying, I want an education? Huh? If you're not excited, I wouldn't say excited. But do you guys hear how am I talking? Am I talking softly? Am I talking loudly? Like what? Yeah, I'm exclaiming. That's what exclamation means. Exclaim. Forcefully. Okay? To speak with force. That's what declare means. To speak with force, to speak loudly, to exclaim. So you were on the right track, but you guys have to emphasize declare it. When you say something, it's going to sound different from when you declare it, when you command it, right? So you were on the right track, Deasia. Do you guys understand this? Renaya, Ivana, Marcus, you guys aren't saying anything. I don't see any thumbs up. Not sure if you understand.
Yes.
Okay. So declare means to what? What did I just say? Marcus, what did I just say? What does declare mean?
Know or state clearly.
No. That's not what I just. All right, the last thing you guys are gonna do, I'll have you read for the next 5 to 6 minutes, and then you guys will have a reading log entry due Monday. All right, make sure you guys get this turned in. You will be talking about the setting. I want to show you guys real quick what I expect from your reading logs. Is everyone done filling out this last example? All right, so I'm going to show you guys what I expect from your reading log. So as I'm doing this, go ahead and pull up your independent reading book just to get started real quick. All right, so for you guys gonna have to make a copy per usual. Make sure you have your name, the title of your book, and you're gonna have to change the date. So don't forget to do that. But you guys are going to be writing about the setting. So you can use either one of these sentence starters. The setting reminds me of the time I went to the haunted house with my cousin, because it described it this exact same way. Okay, or you can say I would describe the setting as. So as you're reading, think about, what is the story describing? Is it describing a farm, a busy city, a busy street, grandma's house? Okay, so you guys have to make sure you use very good descriptions. You're gonna write in this box here. Please do not write up here. Don't fill in this. Don't fill in this part. Don't fill in today's response box. You need a, I gave you all of this space to write. So you guys will be writing in this area here. Is that clear? The setting reminds me of, or whatever, whichever sentence frame you're going to use, okay? All right. I'm gonna give you a few minutes to start reading, but this is due on Monday. Okay, so you guys have today, Saturday, Sunday to complete this.